Hello friends, welcome to my new video. Today I would like to maybe speak a little bit more about the practicing of magic. It's a video that is related to the creation of the astral temple. Maybe this will be not about how to travel in the astral, but it will be also about very important topic, because if you do a lot of magical invocations, practices, rituals, you need some kind of magical protection. So I would like to speak a little bit more about protective magic, how you can protect yourself during the rituals against, I would say, negative energies that you might sometimes encounter. Also, I would like to speak how to protect yourself in your regular life, because so many people don't want to believe it, but magical attacks are part of our life and they are more common than we think. So I came to this also a little bit later, because of course when I started with my magic I was full of expectations, and later I realized that there are some negative aspects around my temple. Also during night sometimes you felt strange sounds, or you were like awoken with strange feelings, nightmares. Yeah, it was not so often, but the more I practiced, the more I realized that that these rituals are like bringing attention. And somewhere I read a very nice book about protective magic. I will later on also post it here. But what I want to say is that I had heard that when you have a temple or you have your place where you do magic, it's like a lighthouse, and the light is bringing attention of many, I would say, flies during the night. And sometimes it does not have to be only the spirit that you would like to invoke, but also these they are called like astral larvas or parasites, or spirits that are just interested because you are spending a lot of energy and they would like to participate. It makes a little bit chaos, and it's negative. Then you have these negative effects in your house and so on. So you don't have to be afraid. This is like how the world works, or how these things work. And of course there are several ways how to clean your space, mostly before the operation. So because these entities like to stay, so you put them away. Imagine you are living in your house or flat, or this place where you do these rituals, and many of us, you know them. It's this lesser banishing ritual of Solomon. It works very easy, but it's based on your imagination. So you have to practice, as I said in this building astral temple video, you have to practice your imagination, and you just imagine that you are protecting your space with energy. Might be light, might be red energy, whatever you feel is good for you, and this energy cleanses the area where you operate. This lesser banishing ritual works like that you stand in the middle of the room or place. It can be also outside, but in the middle of the room. You imagine the room that you want to cleanse, and you stay on the north, and you imagine that the north side is protected, like energy you are in the center of it, but everything what is to the north or northwest, northeast is protected by unbreakable, or by energy that comes from you. You can also imagine that there is a guardian spirit that is on the north side, and he protects your ritual space from this area. What type of guardian spirit it can be? It can be someone that you work with. Mrs. Connolly, in her book, The Guide to the Demonolatry, she recommends that on the north side it should be Belial, but it doesn't have to be Belial. It might be, if you work with Greek pantheons, if you work with Santissima Muerte, it can be also her, or it depends whom you would like to position in this area. Then you rotate in this ritual. You in the clockwise way to the east. Again, another guardian spirit might be Lucifer, in case of if you want to stay traditional to the Luciferianism. Then you move, and you, again, you imagine this energy protecting you from this side. Then you move to the south. For some it's Flauros, for some or Haures, or different spirit, and you move to the west, where it should be Leviathan, and then you end again on the north. Then you imagine that you are like a pillar, and energy goes from you to the heavens, and then this energy that you are also protecting from the upside, and then you imagine that you are protecting from down. So you imagine that the energy goes from up down. And then these both energies, like going up and down, are meeting in the center of you. All the sides around you, all these energies are meeting in the center, somewhere around your stomach. And you realize that your room is like protected in an orb of silver energy and is absolutely cleansed from negative energies. Into this orb or into this area can come only what you wish, other things or spirits that you want to invite in. Other spirits are not welcome, and they will be stopped by the guardian spirit. So this is the lesser banishing ritual, that it's very useful to do mostly before these operations. You want to have like clean slate, clean space when you do this kind of rituals. Then you and you will feel it. The more you practice it, I recommend to do it often. You can maybe once per day, depending on how many rituals you do per week or per month. But the more you do it, the more you start to feel this calm area, this calm place around you. It's more for cleansing. It's not just for protection. For protection later on, this comes to the magical attacks that can come for you. It's maybe not so effective to do it, but if you want to do this kind of rituals, invoking something, it's good to do it. Why? Sometimes when we it can invite these energies that you don't want to have at home. And also sometimes when you invoke the spirit, you might invoke something else that is pretending to be the spirit. It's mostly caused by your nervosity, or you are not feeling well, you are full of different emotions, anger, too much expectations, you want to invoke Lucifer, and something comes and it pretends to be the Lucifer because it takes this energy for you, this devotion, this power that you put into it. It's very strong. So by these rituals, if you have these guardian spirits around you, you will feel that it's not right. And in that case, you will just say, go away. I won't put you. You have to be polite but firm. And you focus again, like if you are switching and trying to find the right radio signal for the correct Lucifer. It will come with the practice. Don't be afraid. Normally Lucifer is willing to speak to you without any. He's quite easy to invoke for those that want. So, but also for other spirits. I would like this works. Some people also, or some practitioners, do this banishing ritual also after the ritual. I am not very much used to this because when I feel that the spirit that I wanted to have, he's always invited in my temple. I think once per day is enough. For more complex rituals like evocations, when you want the spirit to materialize, or you work with some kind of energies, yes, then you can do it also afterwards, but usually once per day before such operation is enough. Speaking about protection magic, it might happen to you that sometimes it happens, even between people. You know, when someone looks at you with this strange look, full of envy or anger, and you feel bad afterwards. Yeah, it is like, well, or this I would call them like psychical vampires. You were sitting with someone in a room, it might be coworker, it might be someone around you, and you feel exhausted, like he's draining you. So in this case, you can always have this spiritual shield around you. It works very in similar way to this banishing ritual. You just imagine these guardian spirits before you go somewhere to work or somewhere, and you say to yourself, around me is an orb of energy, and through this orb there will come only what I want. All negative things, all negative powers or negative looks will just not break it and will turn away or back to the caster. It's good. Normally when you do this, it's you can focus on this for 5 minutes, like imagination of this energy around you, and it's like protective shield. It lasts for several hours. The more you are into this, the more stronger energy you can invoke. If you are in, there are always also other types of shields that you can have. For example, might be that someone wants to persuade you or lie to you or something, and you will create some kind of shield that it's not like protective shield, because each shield can be broken and some people are really powerful in it. So their power might be really strong and your imagination might be less strong, so you will go through the shield. In these cases, it's better to imagine, and you will meet these people and you will know that they are like really strong when you are with them. So it's better to have this deflecting shield that you will like not imagine orb, but you will imagine mist around you, and you will say to yourself like, this is a mist, and all negative energies and everything that goes into me will not find me in the mist. It will go around me. I am just like, I am also a mist. You can't touch me, you can't feel me. So then his energy just flows around you, and you are not affected by it. Helps. These protection rituals you can do on daily basis when you have them. Other thing is, for example, to strengthen your area in your house, not only with this banishing ritual, but you know that it may be, because 95% of these magical attacks are involuntary or done in subconscious way. People can take your energy or to wish you something bad, even in subconsciously. They just don't like you and they might have this power, but they just do it because they think something, they are envious and they do it, and it's magical attack and you will feel drained. So this helps to 95% of attacks if you practice this imagination techniques. There are of course stronger techniques, like for real practitioners that do curses, that do black magic, call it black magic, but that specialize in magical attacks. I don't want to speak much about how to perform them, because I think this is a platform for us to mostly to enjoy and to learn from spirits and maybe to protect ourselves. So for those that are looking into curses and these kind of techniques, they can find them on the internet or somewhere. Maybe I will create some video which will be not public about this type of things, because sometimes it's needed. But let's speak about protection. You might be attacked by a practitioner. It's unfortunately this happens also in our community, that this jealousy, or people don't like each other, or there are these so-called magical duels. it is, I never encourage this, because those people that do this, they play with energies that can really harm others, and sometimes these curses come back. Many times they come back. So you should know how to do it. But anyway, the harm is done also to you. And for 5% of these things, you should have more protective measures. If someone works like this, first you have to know that you are being attacked. But don't be paranoid. Yeah, this is really small percent of things, but there are things that you know, that some spirits might be attacking you, don't like you, something might happen, you might be in a home that have some negative energies from previous times. What really helps you to feel that something is not correct are living things around you. So if you have a cat, cats are really sensitive to this. Also cats, many people say that cats can feel and see astral, and she can even like consume these smaller energies. So it's good to have cat if you have it. I don't have, unfortunately, here now, but if you have, if you like cats, if you are a cat person, I recommend. Yeah, so Hal Bastet. Maybe I will do a video about her. Of course, if you can't have animal, you might have allergy. Dogs are also feeling these type of things. But they are more like, not like guardians. They are like, they start to, you will immediately know that the dog feels something. Cat can even consume it. Dog will feel it. Yeah. Try to have a lot of flowers in your house. If you have a lot of flowers and some negative energy came, the flowers will probably be like, you will feel that they start to wane or something. And flowers unfortunately die first, but it's a sign that something is not right. Yeah. And you will feel it later on, but first, flowers are very sensitive. Also, they can like also partially protect. So have a lot of flowers, have a garden, have a balcony with nice flowers around you, mostly on the windows or somewhere. Then you can fortify your place. You can create something like alarm mechanism. It works that way that, again, with imagination, you imagine that each wall around you has this alarm mechanism. Within the walls, you can imagine some lasers or something that if something goes through the wall, you will wake up even during the night and you will hear like alarm, and you will imagine if something negative breaks my wall, I will be notified about it by and I will be awoken, and in my mind I will feel a sound of some music sound or something. And even if I am not home and something breaks my temple, I will be notified. And spiritually, you will create this, that if I will have dream or something, I will feel what it was. Yeah. So you can create it like, and then you go to each wall and you protect it. You will say yourself, this is the wall in which this other mechanism is. The windows is also like that. On the north of my house, of my room, there stands Belial. On the east stands Lucifer. They will notify me if something goes. They can be also protective. Yeah. The first is these alarm mechanisms that you create. Then you can create something like a permanent shield, like that you will focus on spiritual elements around your place. You will say, my temple is now protected by fire, by air, by earth, by water. If anything goes through it, it must go through the wall of fire, and fire will consume it. The wind will take its breath. The earth will be unbreakable wall, and so on. You create this unpenetrable elemental shield around your place. But for this very heavy shielding, You can do it when you feel that you are under magical attack. This is not for normal attacks. This is really against strong entities that want to break it. You can raise this type of elemental shield, but then it's very hard for you to invoke also your spirits because nothing comes through. So raise it when you feel that it's like that. That it's really needed. Yeah, normally this lesser banishing ritual is enough. What is also good to have, you can think about it, is to create so-called like spiritual egregore or automaton. This is an entity that you create in your mind. You will for example, name the entity, and you will write the name of the entity, and you will maybe switch letters of the name if it's called. You can create create, for example, spiritual guardian. It's a bear, yeah, magical, like spiritual bear that is huge, and he serves you, and he's in your house, and you will call the bear, for example, Alex. And in the ritual that you do it, you will name him Alex, and you will switch the letters of the name of the Alex. He will be in the paper. He will be like Lexa or something, like XELA, and this is the name of him. You will create his own sigil that you will imagine. Sometimes you have to use blood for this one because it's really like you are giving energy to this automaton. You will name him and you will tell him what we should do. You will tell him you will protect this place. If something that is not it's not me, or it's not my cat, but something else, you will protect me. You will protect me spiritually. So or you can ask spirits to give you guardian spirits as well. But then you have to also you just take the paper with the name, you burn it, and you forget, you try to not think about this automaton as much. Later on, of course, if you remember him, you can dissolve him mentally, that you don't need his existence. It takes, sometimes it's good to like give him a bit of blood, or once per month, or a drop, or you burn a candle or something. It happened to a friend of mine. He had something like this. He created this bear, and his girlfriend came to his flat, and he just went somewhere else, and she went to sleep, and he forgot, because these automatons are a little bit like, they are automatons. They are not so clever, yeah, like maybe spirits that are given to you for protection. So she woke up with very bad feeling that something is like on her chest. She felt like in the dream that there's some huge bear that doesn't like her, and she felt really bad. She was so afraid. She ran away from the flat. She called a friend. Something happens. There is something happening in your flat. I don't know what it is, but I feel so bad. And then he realized that he haven't told the bear, the automaton, that it's her girlfriend, that he should that the bear should let her be. So later on, yes, he did it right. So you always don't forget then if you create it. But if you do all of these things, you can start to be. And there are more things. Yeah, you have these alarms, you have these protection walls, you can have your automatons. The same thing you can do in your astral temple, that you create this imaginary place where you conduct these rituals, and you can have also these things there. So in my astral temple, which I am mentioning in my previous video, I have a lot of flowers. So I hope you like the video. There are so many things that we can say about protective magic. Always remember to clean your space with a lesser banishing ritual, and try to wear your spiritual energy shield around you if it's needed. I hope you like that, and speak to you soon, my friends. Goodbye.